Guys, what's poppin'? It's your man AB tapping in. I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, Beard Organics. Look, it took Lou 49 years, but he finally was able to grow a beard, but he's doing the smart thing and he's taking care of it, all right? When he goes to the barbershop, he brings his kit from Beard Organics with him. First things first, you gotta use the beard wash. It is no point in doing all this extra work if your beard ain't clean. The foundation gotta be right. Next thing, you gotta hit it with the conditioner. That's gonna make it soft, and trust me, your lady friend will thank you. This is all natural and organic ingredients, so you ain't gotta worry about your face breaking out or no other weird stuff happening. Lastly, you gotta hit it with the beard oil. Couple of drip drips here, drip drip there, and when that light hits your beard, it twinkle and glisten. When you step out, people gonna ask you, yo, where did you get your beard products from? You can point them straight to beardorganics.com. Don't forget, let them know if you buy 3 items or more, you get an extra 20% off. So I don't know what you waiting on, but go to beardorganics.com. They got products and accessories. Go and get yourself right and let them know on deck sent you. Hey, what it do with the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on social media.
Absolutely. And I am Spike Lou on those same social sites. Holla at your boy. Took a week off. We be back though. Hey B, how was your holiday?
Hey man, not bad. Not bad at all. How was your trip to my hometown of New York? You enjoy that?
Your hometown is crazy. You wouldn't you definitely are not from New York. The more that I've been there now, like, it's hilarious, the pacing. Like, I'm sure people know this, but, like, if you go there, like, if you're not on their pace, like, it ain't no wandering around. It ain't no, oh, what's this? Or, man, get out of the way. That's all, like, bro, when you walk out of the door, you on a mission. It ain't no, unless you just a tourist and you're in tourist spots. And even then, like, I appreciate the speed of New York. I couldn't live there forever.
Nah.
I could do maybe 3 months. I had just buku bread, 3 months in a little penthouse somewhere.
Yeah.
Living there, you got to be about that life, bro.
Facts.
You got to be about that life, dude.
Yeah.
We got on the subway, seen the big ass rats and shit. I fuck with New York though. Book of Hove exhibit was fire. That shit was motivating, moving, captivating, all the words, nigga. Especially since, and I said this on another week in the books, y'all go check it out. I was with someone who was from New York. My mom, her husband's friend, he's from up there. So he was just taking us around. It's cool when you got someone that can drive and know the ins and outs and shit like
Facts.
that. And he swung us by Marcy Projects before we went to the exhibit at the library. And just seeing where that nigga came from and talking about he was 3 generations deep inside, had a little film playing in there. It was about 12 minutes talking about him growing up and shit. Seeing that and then seeing the nigga got a whole exhibit with the block a mile around the corner. Oh, that shit was motivating. It was fire. Shout out to Hove. Happy birthday to the Hove.
Yeah, that line looked crazy on their last day.
Wow. It was packed in there when I went on Saturday. It was packed, bro. Never wear Tim. I don't know how them niggas wear Tims and walk around in New York. Bro, my foot still hurts. It's been a damn near 2 weeks. My foot still hurting, bro. I'm never wearing Tims to walk nowhere ever because we was just outside walking around in Times Square, bro. My feet were hollering.
That's why the niggas be angry, bro. That's why niggas be angry.
Yeah, that's why they be so mad. Nigga, put some comfortable shoes on, nigga. Promise you, y'all have better shit. I niggas put some comfortable shoes on. Get some New Balances or something, bro.
Niggas walking way too fast, nigga, to have on Tims.
Man, niggas walking with bricks on their feet, nigga. Thought I could pull it off. I said, let me rock the Tims to the whole joint, you know. Hell no, nigga. Hell no.
Oh shit. Now that's dope,
But
man.
it was cool. That was a nice trip.
I'm sick. I ain't get a chance to make my way up there, but it looks super dope. I have to catch the next one, man. God damn, who knows when that'll be? Maybe somebody will do something like that closer here to the city. Ain't no telling.
I got a question for you that was raised about before we get into it. Shout out Maurice from Another Week in the Books. Do you think there was another artist that could do this, the Book of Hove type thing? And who would it be? Who would be most interesting to you?
Yeah, of course. Kanye.
Who would be most interesting to you?
Kanye. Because he got the story to go with. You got to have the story. You got to have a catalog. Yeah. You got to have the resume. And he has a resume That's up there.
Yeah, because
Minus
you
the
in there
bullshit.
with the Book of Hove shit. Yeah, minus the bullshit. Kanye a good one. Kanye is a real good one. I would say Wayne, just
Yeah.
because it been so long. It been 30 years of him, like from 13 damn to 45 now, just rapping. So I would say
Yeah.
Wayne, but Kanye is a good one too.
Wayne, only thing, Wayne got a period where he was kind of on some
That Ready to Love
bullshit.
period.
Yeah,
That
that
Ready
he
to
pussy every
Love.
song, period. That I am not a human being, but like that shit is forgettable.
uh,
That shit is forgettable. But
true.
that it still would be, it would make sense though. 100%.
The hardest thing now they had to whip the Lexus that the nigga always talking about parked outside of the library on the
That's
grass.
hard.
That was hard.
That's
They
hard. Yeah.
killed that.
That's hard.
They killed it with the Lexus sitting out front. But yeah, just
Uh,
knowing as big J fans as we are, just seeing some of that shit that he rapped about it and seeing in there, that was fire. So
I
you're
already
right, the
know, man.
storylines.
Salute to everybody that was able to make it out there. We got an action-packed episode. Like we said, we had to take a week off, a little quick vacay, catch our breath, but we back. Coming up today, man, we're gonna talk mixtape Mount Rushmore. Y'all know y'all saw that meme going viral. We're gonna tell you if they got it right. Also, Nardo Wick, your man, security went crazy on a fan. We're gonna talk about the fallout behind that. And Fat Joe, Joey Crack, said he lied in 95% of his music. We're gonna talk about whether we believe that and how does your view of Joe change after hearing that. But let's kick things off, man. Rap trial of the century. YSL Rico case is underway finally. What seems like it's been taking forever. Just based on what you've heard so far, we've found out what Young Thug stood for in in his name. We found out a lot of shit. What do you think about what you heard so far with the trial? Do you feel that his lawyer is doing a good job of spinning the narrative in his favor?
His lawyer is doing a decent job of creating doubt because I'm sure that his lawyer understands that the prosecution is going to get up there and they're going to say these lyrics that they presented to the court mean all of these different things. But I think his lawyer out of the gate did a good job of saying, well, no, what was Thug for? You got it right.
Truly
Slow down
humbled
over
under
there.
God.
Truly humbled under God. If you can create doubt in the juror's mind, they're like, these bars are up for interpretation, you got a shot. You got a shot depending on the jury. So I do think that it was a relatively smart move by the defense. It was funny. We laughed at it online all day. Like people were making the other acronyms up for the different things with YSL. But removing the funny part of it, removing the doubt part of it, it still looked rough for Young Thug. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to be able to, the jury, probably laugh off some of that or be skeptical of it at the very least. All it takes is one for a mistrial, but I'm not sure that you got one in there that's going to be like, yeah, you know what? This might just all be like they're just trying to railroad this young man. It's a lot of stuff that's going to be presented that's going to make Young Thug look bad, of course. So I'm not sure if the jury's going to buy this twisting of the narrative of what Thug means or what YSL stands for, or anything of that nature with the evidence that's going to be presented against Young Thug. What you say?
Yeah, when I first saw that, I, like everybody else on Twitter, had laughed at that. But then I had to sit back and think, I get it. He fighting for his life. You got to pull out all the stops. And we saw what the jury was made out of. It was made a lot. The majority women, if I remember correctly. We in the South. We in the Bible Belt.
3 men.
There you go. Yeah, you can play the Bible thing. You can play the under God thing. If there was ever a place to do that, it'd be in this region that we're in of the country, right here. So after laughing it off, I wasn't necessarily mad at that play because someone will fall for that. But here's the thing though. The problem I think that lies in this is the same thing that happened to Mac. It's the same thing that happened to C Murder, which we'll actually talk about a little bit later today too. That when they play those lyrics, bro, and in Mac's case, they actually spliced 2 bars together that weren't even back to back. But when people hear that, and in this instance, they're going to reference the bar about shooting somebody's mama house up, and they're going to tie that to his, arch nemesis getting his mama house shot up. And when women hear that, I don't know if they're going to be like, oh, well, that's just a coincidence. And I don't know if you can sell the average person on that. Like in my opinion, that's going to be a stretch. when they connect those dots, because let's be honest, that's not too far of a reach, bro. Like, fuck? Again, unless those bars were said 2 years in advance, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't believe they were, bro. That's where it's going to get tricky. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. I'm very interested to see if any of his co-defendants get called up. Any of the famous co-defendants get called up. I don't know how this works. I don't watch much court TV, but I think that's what a lot of people are kind of waiting on or interested to see, including myself, if that happens, and how their testimony or lack thereof plays a role in it.
Yeah, if I had to guess, man, it looked rough. You'll get to a RICO state, and you're like, they don't present this case and go to trial without it being damn near airtight. And like you said, it's going to be hard to convince civilians that this didn't happen. Like, this isn't a criminal organization, because they have so much evidence. They have people that already pleaded out. They've already admitted that they knew that YSL was a gang, which is what the state is trying to prove. Now we know we were a gang because people went on record and said it. All we got to prove is y'all committed one crime in furtherance of that gang. That's what RICO is. One thing to make the whole gang. If they can prove that, which seems like it ain't going to be hard to do, especially since they can present the lyrics, I don't see 12 civilians being like, you know what? They're doing this young man dirty. Yeah. I ain't here to say if he's guilty or innocent, but it looks bad. It looks really bad.
Yeah. I don't know how long this is going to drag on. You think we get something before the end of January?
Nah, this is going to be a minute. I doubt it. I think this gonna go on for a while. They got, if I heard it correctly, it's like 300 witnesses they gonna call.
Oh wow, that's nuts.
So
I see this ain't televised.
It's gonna get crazy. I've been seeing it everywhere on TV. They say it's streaming. You can go to YouTube and watch it, maybe on Court TV, but they definitely have it on the clips and stuff be out every day of them and what they did that day. So it's definitely streaming somewhere. I just haven't taken a look at it. I'm gonna watch it one day. I want to just watch one day of it. But man,
wait, real quick,
I see Prez and Young Thug, man.
For sure. I see French Montana came out and he said his Coke boys. Oh, Coke? No, that's not related to the drug. That means creation of kings everywhere. So niggas is cleaning up their shit immediately. Creation of kings everywhere, boys. Like, come on, bro.
The Coke boys, that's funny than a motherfucker. We'll get into that with Fat Joe.
Yeah.
What I think about them when we talk about that. But also, man, while we were away, we know this may be kind of old, but fuck it, this is relevant. We here in Atlanta. T.I. is one of my favorite rappers. So it interested me when I seen him at the Falcons 50th hip-hop anniversary game. For some reason, his son King was there, as if he was a rapper. But everybody was out, man. Killer Mike, I seen Big Boy out there. All the Atlanta legends were out there. But we got a video of T.I. and King exchanging words. And King questioning T.I. about his upbringing and, standing on business, saying he ain't that little boy that y'all saw on TV from Family Hustle. I was at my grandmama's house getting it in. My question to you, you seen the scuffle. You heard how he went back and forth. If that was your son, AB, how would you have handled that? You think T.I. did this correctly?
Yeah, this is hard. That's hard to do because for people that don't know, I am kidless. I don't be around kids. I haven't been around kids in a long time.
Kids is crazy.
Yeah, Paul.
I don't be around kids.
No Jared from Subway, dude.
No R. Kelly, jeez.
No, none of that shit.
I don't really be around kids like that, cuz. Like, whoa.
None of that shit. So my experience is limited. But I will say, like T.I., I seen a lot of people on T.I.'s side because allegedly you can't really see from the video, but King kind of bumped his mom a little bit, and that's when you don't kind of cross the line. So now it's time to get jacked up because you think you're too big for your britches and all that shit. So him saying I'm standing on business and then like immediately crying, get off me, it was the funniest shit. Like that was hilarious. That's just like every kid who think they, can buck up to their parents and shit. But I will say this though, the same day or the next day, they were on a promo run on Complex. They did the GOAT Talk show on Complex where they draw cards and say it has GOAT restaurant or GOAT, whatever. And he was really King was really entertaining on there, bro. Like he was funny. Him and T.I. had a good chemistry. And I feel like that side of him doesn't get shown. We only hear about him getting a fight in Waffle House or kind of doing negative things. And he had a point in that episode where, like, man, that shit gets highlighted, but when I graduate or when I do this or do that with honors or whatever the case may be, that doesn't really get a lot of press. And he might be on to something. Now, I'm not excusing him, you know, trying to size up his mom and all that shit is weird, and all of this kind of shit he was talking about. I hung out with my grandma's house where y'all was in a big crib, like I was out in the streets and blah, blah. That's a weird flex.
He says I was behind the gated community.
Yeah,
I was outside.
That's a weird flex, but I will say there might be more to him than what the media kind of does push, because he was entertaining in that episode with him and T.I. I'm not gonna lie. What did you think?
I, like you, am kidless, so my patience probably would have been a lot thinner than T.I.'s. I agree. I like King's personality. He was good on Family Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring up a great point. People always try to say, oh, man, like, they got so much money, why they act like that? Like, these are normal people, bro. Like, this isn't like T.I.'s famous, yes, but he's not like Beyonce famous. Like, T.I. can still come out in Atlanta. Like, we've been here and he just pulled up in places. There wasn't no security and all of this stuff. So I'm saying that to say, like, T.I. is not that far removed from, like, just being outside in Atlanta. Now, I could see where King could see that and want to be like, well, I want to do what he did. I don't want to be here in the gated community and ain't nobody outside. He probably got friends over his grandma's house. I'm a kid who grew up in my grandma's house, so I get it. Yeah. Like, you want to go over there because that's where your people at. But I think it was interesting that Domani, his big brother, came out and said, King is just using the wrong words. It's not that he's saying that T.I. didn't take care of him or he couldn't be there. It's just like he grew up somewhere else because he chose that life. Not saying that it was street life or anything like that. It's just I'm more comfortable over here, and that's fine. With that being said, T.I. way better nigga than I am, boy. I would have choked that little nigga out in front of everybody down. That nigga don't play. Like T.I. said, boy, you can find out. Like, all that playing, especially you bumping into my wife. My wife? Man, nigga, I would embarrass King out there. And it would have been all good, too. I'm still your dad. All of that. It wouldn't have been nothing. Well, I would have just harmed him too bad, but you're going to be embarrassed out here, bro. I'm putting you down. And that's probably why I don't have kids, because I would have put King down out there. Like, he would have never, ever in his life tried that shit ever again. Like you nigga wouldn't never brought up where I'm from no more. Like, all of that shit, he would have never even talked about again. But in the question of did T.I. handle it correctly, he probably handled it as best he could. He probably did want to go in on him. That's why I like T.I. as my favorite rapper. I feel we have similar personalities. And you can hear it coming out of T.I. like, man, you don't even really know me, bro. Like, I will show you I give you what you looking for out here. And I just love that he handled it that way, but it had it been me, man, it probably would have got a lot worse.
And you are
Tip, get off of him. Get off of him.
That shit was so
that nigga said you driving in reverse, player. You driving in reverse. And he is, though. Like, you're trying to prove that you this street nigga, bro. You rich, nigga. You got money. Nigga, ain't no one cares where you grew up, bro. It's okay to get to fighting at the White House. You're a teen. Shit happens. But these type of conversations with your mom and dad in front of all of these people, like, bro, fucking relax, man. I'll knock your head off your head, dude. Like, I was straight embarrassed him out there, nigga.
It's
don't ever play with me like that.
It's always tricky, man. There's always one. You see how his other kids, from what I've noticed, I don't follow them, but Domani seems to have his head on straight. And not to say that King doesn't, he shows a little bit of reckless behavior sometimes, so just a little bit of bad decision making. Which I mean, no one walking nigga has not done that at some point in their time. You just don't want to see him crash out for the sake of let me prove to you I'm not this, I'm not that.
Yeah,
that's for nothing. That's pointless. You just don't want to see it. Exactly. That's all. Like, niggas work hard to make sure their kids are straight, and to see someone go against that, you hate to see it. And real niggas know where that lead, and you don't want them to go out like it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, I see what T.I. has done. I'm gonna give you enough life. I'm gonna give you enough freedom to live your life. I ain't gonna shackle you down and make you stay. Right. You go over your grandma's house to do whatever you want to do, but please understand, like he said, like, you're embarrassing your family, nigga. Before me, it wasn't the Harris clan. It wasn't no family hustle. It wasn't none of that, nigga. I had to go to my grandma's house and survive because that's what it was. T.I.'s trying to explain to him, bro, you had options. You cried to go over there, little nigga. And I think just him understanding, like, no one is taking anything away from you, bro, for being rich or growing up famous. People just want you to, like you said, not crash out. Nobody wants to see that, man.
Yeah. Nah, but that shit, Twitter was funny that day, though. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit was hilarious.
It was funny as hell. And did you see they had a promoter here used an image. It had Bart Simpson, like Homer used to choke Bart, but it was T.I. and it was T.I. and King. And T.I. pulled up on him. Like I just was saying, T.I. be outside in A. Like, even you can think of how rich and famous he is, but he pulled up on the club and he was like, bro, don't use my name. Y'all ain't selling no bill, no booths, no nothing if y'all using my name without asking me. And the next night they paid him an appearance fee. Him and King hosted the club.
And he said, I want all of it.
Good that came from him. All of it, nigga. Don't play with me and mine. I felt him on that. And you imagine that these niggas playing around with these bullshit ass fly tip walk through the door like, hey, all of y'all got me fucked up, nigga. That's funny as hell.
Hey, man, next up, you alluded to Fat Joe earlier. He did an interview. I believe this was Good Morning America or one of those type shows. And he said that, and the Young Thug thing came up about lyrics being used, and he said, man, that's a travesty. He said, yo, I have lied in 95% of my songs. Like, that's how, like, nigga, I'm a family man. I'm a businessman. I'm this, I'm that. When I'm rapping, it's more entertainment, XYZ. Does this make you look at Fat Joe differently? Do you believe him? Do you think it's more? Do you think it's less? Is this every rapper ever? What are your thoughts on Fat Joe's statement?
Only a few rappers could do this. And what I mean by that is all the hard shit I've been taught, all that gangster shit, I can come out and say, hey, man, I was just joking around. Because niggas that was outside, I've heard the stories about Terror Squad. Fat Joe is lying right now. He wasn't lying in the raps. He's lying right now. But his reputation is that of such where he can do that. Because they made their name in New York. They used to roll up on niggas. It's a story about, allegedly, they rolling up on Jay-Z and some people getting hit with bottles. And like, Terror Squad was not to be fucked with when Fat Joe was outside. He got a lot of stories talking about running up on rap niggas and how different shit played out in New York. So if you got that rep, it's already out there, and I don't do that no more. I am a family man. I am a businessman. I can say, all that shit was a lie because I don't live that life no more. There's no threat that's going to come from those people that I was trying to impress or that I was talking about or that I've lived that life with. Ain't no threat because I'm not even in their world no more. So if it ever is a thing where, oh, man, they prosecuting rappers for their lyrics, oh, no, all of that shit was a lie. I could see Fat Joe saying that. But only a few niggas could do that because they don't have reps like Fat Joe. Fat Joe's rep precedes himself as far as being a street nigga and being like having motion in New York. So he can again say, oh man, I didn't do none of that. Just like with French Montana and Coke Boys. Like, French was outside. We know what the Coke Boys mean, bro. I don't give a fuck whatever king or whatever you said it mean. French was outside and had a reputation that precedes itself. If it's somebody that we may have thought that they were lying back in the day and then they come out and said, yeah, that would ruin it. But these niggas, we know when we were outside, we used to read about it and see the DVDs. That shit wasn't fake. Like, them niggas telling them stories about Fat Joe and the terror in their eyes when they telling the story, that wasn't fake. Niggas' voices were still trembling. Like, about Terror Squad running up on them. Like, that shit wasn't fake, bro. So, Fat Joe can say that because he in different spaces now.
Here's the thing. I think he chose his words incorrectly. Because when you say that you lied about something, then that means that shows that you had intent to deceive. And so that makes it sound like he's saying shit to make you think a certain way in the music. I think he really probably meant was just, this shit is entertainment. I'm talking shit. I'm doing whatever the fuck, what I would do, what I will do, what I haven't done, how I feel, blah, 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 blah. I think, although I do think the 95% is accurate, though. It's just not lies. That doesn't mean Fat Joe wasn't Fat Joe in the city. I'm saying he has 10 albums, 2 collab albums, and 3 mixtapes. That's 15 projects. We're going to say 10 songs a piece. We're going to say 2 16s a piece. Bro, that is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of verses. Have you ever tried to write something that rhymed, nigga, that was factual once? Nigga, try to do it hundreds and hundreds of times, dude. You're going to embellish. You're going to add sauce on the shit. Like it happens. And I want people to normalize the fact that hip hop is a form of entertainment the same way books, movies, and television are. I want people to normalize that part because then, number one, that gets the dummies off of the mic that actually go and do shit and then turn around and talk about what they just did. That keeps them from doing dumb shit like that because they think that what Fat Joe is saying is 99% real. And so they have to emulate that. That eliminates that goofy shit. And then also that eliminates people getting their lyrics used in court and rappers being used as scapegoats as to why niggas reading at a 5th grade level in the south side of Chicago. Like all of that shit, dude, people got to use other shit and get more creative with the reasonings behind some of the conditions and stop blaming Fat Joe and stop blaming Young Thug. And so I feel like, yes, 95% of what he said, he might have been on the low end of what he said wasn't actual fact. I'm not going to say he was lying. I'm going to say it wasn't actual fact. And I think that applies to 98% of rappers. That's the difference.
I think the important distinction there, though, is I believe it is based on fact, though. So it may not have been Fat Joe. I went and did this, did that, and the third, but I do know the nigga that did do.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just happen to be the one that can rap. So I think
that's usually how it
rap is that. Like, yeah, rappers are the reporters of the hood. Most of them, until Jeezy came around, wasn't really considered he outside like that. They just reporting on what they sing. So yeah, I agree with that.
But that's the thing.
All right, next one.
It's real quick though. It's rooted in order for it to be realistic and listenable. It's got to be rooted in some type of truth. If niggas was rapping about shit that we've never seen, aliens, if that's all niggas rapped about, it wouldn't be relatable. Niggas would be like, bro, what is this? So you got to have some type of nigga grounded relatability to the shit. So yes, Brenda's Got a Baby is based loosely on somebody's story. We just don't know if it was a gal actually named Brenda that Tupac knew. It just didn't play out like that. That's what makes it, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it good or high quality. But just everything I said, I just got through doing. I was outside, bro. Please, I need everybody to stop that. That's a Key and Peele skit, dude. It's not actual real life.
Thanks, man. All right, man. You know how we do at the end of the year, AB. We have a person of the year in hip hop, and we also get to go over some of the listed drops. Forbes, they dropped their 30 under 30 list. A couple people on here, man, from the hip hop world. What was the biggest surprise that you had?
Man, I think there's 3 or 4 rappers on here, and one of them, with all due respect, they uncle got to work at Forbes because how the fuck are they on this list?
Guess who you talking about?
Dog. Did you see the gal?
No, what girl?
Who is BK the Ruler, bro?
Like,
who the fuck is that? So, triple salute to you making it to Forbes. I promise that's dope. That's dope. You shaking it. I hope this time next year you're our person of the year. I swear. But bro, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't know who that is. I see Lotto made the list. Shout out to her. I see Ice Spice on here, and BK the Ruler, and then Trippie Redd. Okay,
Trippie Redd is crazy.
What is this? The 30 under 30? Like this, to me, what this says is this is how much contemporary grown man rap has ran this year and the last couple of years. And I'm going to speak more to that when we get to our person of the year conversation. Because if this is the 30 for, and I like Lotto. I think she dope as hell. I'm Trippie Redd. I'm cool on. I can't really do too much of that. Ice Spice, her 15 minutes have lasted longer than I expected. I'll give her that. And I still don't know who the fuck BK the Ruler is, even though I clicked on his profile and everything. I still don't know who the fuck that is. So this list is whoever the fuck that is. This is a little. I could see somebody saying this is disheartening to the future, but not to me because I don't give a shit. I'm not the target audience to any of these people anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The people of my age have been putting out, or at least of my generation, have been putting out quality music lately, and that's all I give a fuck about. So when they do the 50 under 50 list, wake me when they do that. I don't give a shit about this 30 under 30 though.
The 50 under 50, you need to hit them up so they can let you coordinate that.
Facts.
Excuse me. BK the Ruler is from Atlanta. So
that's even worse. What the fuck? What?
I was so sorry. I just knew she was going to be from New York. She is actually from Atlanta, and I like you, I have never heard of her either. But shout out to her, man. She
Salute to
has
her.
548,000 Instagram followers. I was
That's what's
shocked Trippie Redd was on here. I ain't gonna lie to
yeah.
you. I'm surprised. Surprised, surprised and shocked that that man is even like I don't understand the music. I don't understand the image, any of that. But somebody likes it, like you said, he on Forbes. I agree with you, man. Other than making me feel old, this list was like, I remember when we used to know everybody on the damn list.
Facts.
And now it's like, bro, who the fuck are these people, bro? And it ain't even a lot. It used to be a lot more hip hop people as well. It used to be a lot more hip hop centric when they did this list. And now you're looking for people that you recognize. It's crazy. So that was the
Yeah.
biggest takeaway for me. Like, we just how far removed that we are from the 30 under 30 crowd. Because I don't know Wisdom K
But
or Children.
how do you not have like Raw Wave on here though? Or like is Raw Wave 35 and I just didn't know it? I don't
Rod Wave got
understand.
to be like 30. How
Well,
is
Raw
Rod Wave?
Wave is not 30, bro.
He not. I don't know though. I ain't gonna even hold you. Nigga that depressed, I think he had to be at least 30 years old and then live some life. Depressed as that nigga is, he better be 30, as sad as he be saying.
Man, that
Let's
nigga
see
was
how
born in
old Rod Wave is.
1998, bro. He's 25. How is he not on here?
Jesus.
That nigga wise beyond his years, nigga.
That nigga been here before, as the old people say, man. That old, like, nigga, 25, you that depressed? Jesus Christ.
Where my boy Don
That's
Tolliver
crazy.
at, man? He 29. Like, see, that's what I'm like. Who? Look, man. Ice
How old is
Spice,
Travis Scott?
Lotto,
Travis
I
Scott in
get
his
it.
30s?
Who?
Travis Scott. He older than 30,
Yeah, he
right?
30, 31.
Okay. Yeah, I get
Why?
Lotto is the only one that I agree with. Lotto is the only one that I can be like, okay, y'all see her moving this year. She's shaking it. That's it.
This list is some slaw. I didn't know she was only 24 though.
Big slow. Lotto,
Yeah.
they be joking on her saying she looked like 30 something. It's an ongoing joke on the internet that she an old lady.
I ain't
Act
going
like
that
she
far.
24.
I ain't going that
You know
far,
she,
but I didn't know she was that young. Salute to her though. I'm a fan.
yeah,
Next up, another youngster under 30 that didn't make this list, Nardo Wick, Florida's own. I'm sure everybody saw the video. There was a video that went viral last week of a parent fan, people say, was coming up to ask for a picture. It was outside of what looked to be a venue over by like a Sprinter van. And before he could even, people can get their camera phones out to take the picture, someone in Wick's entourage completely fires on the kid. And then as he's kind of like in a state of shock or whatever, or knocked out or whatever the fuck, another nigga in the cool tees off on him again. As you can hear Nardo Wick asking niggas like, what are y'all doing? And he tried to stop the second dude. The mom came out obviously upset that her son and got world starred by her favorite rapper's crew. I mean, by her son's favorite rapper's crew. Nardo Wick made an apology since the two quote unquote security have been, they turned themselves in. Yo, is this a big deal, little deal, or no deal? This situation with Nardo Wick and a fan.
This is a little deal. This is a learning lesson for Nardo Wick. I understand keeping your homeboys employed. I love that. Give niggas jobs, give them something to do. I've said it on here 1,000 times. But also, you got to know what they doing. Like, you need some real security around too, bro. Not taking anything away from the little boy because he ran up wild. You can't run up on niggas like that. Especially somebody like Nardo Wick, who you would claim is from the trenches or this type of music. Like, nigga running up, you never know what he trying to do. So the little boy need to be very clear about his intentions first and foremost, and he wouldn't get done like that. But I'm not putting any blame on him. I do blame the first and the other nigga that came in. That's inexcusable. You can't do that, bro. You got to be a professional. All you need to do is restrain the nigga, make sure that he ain't there to harm Nardo, maybe let him
Right.
or send him on about his way, one or the other. But you can't do that. You can't just hit the nigga in the mouth first and then ask questions later. There are situations for that. That wasn't.
Yeah, I agree. And the kid was actually 20. He looked much younger in the video though. Because he looks kind of small. I don't know, but he was 20. The two people that were in Nardo Wick's entourage that turned themselves in, one was 34 and one was 15.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
That sound like that sound like uncle and a cousin.
Yeah,
They
that's what it
giving him
sounds like.
giving him a job. You know what I'm saying?
I will say I did respect Wick's response though. I respect that he took it to Instagram and he said, "Hey man, I want to be very clear. I fuck with my fans the long way. Like this shit was not supposed to go down like this. Like this shit wasn't gangster. This shit wasn't cool. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my fans. I understand the mom is upset. I already reached out before all this shit even hit the internet. I've been talking to them this whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they gotta do what they gotta do, they gotta sue. Hey, then whatever's gonna happen. But this shit ain't, you heard me trying to stop niggas. Like I ain't with none of this shit, right? I had nothing to do with this shit. He made that very clear, but not even that though. But he was just like this wasn't supposed to happen like this. Like he wasn't trying to like, cause can't you see some artists being like, yeah, nigga, run it. Like they just would kind of throw gas on it and fuck it up. I think he handled it well.
Yeah. That was a good job of handling it like that. I hope he don't get out of a lot of money because they damn sure gonna sue his ass.
Oh yeah, they got to sue him.
Damn sure.
You got to.
Damn sure gonna sue him. Next up, AB, the Mount Rushmore mixtape. The Mount Rushmore of mixtape meme came out. It went viral, and there were 4 faces, of course, Mount Rushmore. One was Futures, the other was 50 Cent, the other was Lil Wayne, and the last one was Jeezy. Real simple question, AB. Is that accurate list?
Hey man,
is that an accurate list? And then
I think it might be accurate. I don't, because you got to say, if I were to add someone else, like I saw people say Gucci. I saw people say maybe like a Fab, but then who would you take? I wouldn't take off any one of them for them. They would be like runner up. They would be on the next 4. Like if they built the second Mount Rushmore across the street, then you could put Gucci, maybe Fab, maybe Ross. But these 4, this might be universal, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You about to hate on 50, but you shouldn't. But go ahead.
You already know if you listen to this show, you know where I'm going with it, and that's straight to New York hate. My Southern bias has to come out right here, man. I can't put 50 there. I didn't listen to 50 mixtapes.
That's fair.
I wasn't aware of 50 until damn near that Get Rich or Die Trying came out. Like I remember Lil Larry brought a burned CD. Y'all kids go look and see what that is. Look that up. He brought that and had the whole album. That was the first time I really heard of 50, other than the single Wankster. But you're gonna hate my replacement for 50. It's Lil Boosie, dude. Like Boosie don't even really got albums. Like that nigga, he's made a living. He's this rich, still around with this name off of mixtapes. Like I know it was at least 2 summers straight where all I listened to was Boosie mixtapes. So I would say Future, Boosie, Wayne, Jeezy.
Here's the problem.
Who you got?
That's a personal pick because you explicitly just said for 2 summers I listened to. Nigga, there's a gang of motherfuckers I listen to that I would have on my Mount Rushmore, but you don't get those Lil Wayne mixtapes without what 50 did. 50 started that. He was the first, and he did it successfully. So it may not have been.
He was doing what Wayne was doing with the Squad. You're telling me that 50 was doing that?
Yeah, he started that. Yes. Taking the jack beats and shit. That's him.
See, that's what I'm saying. But what I would tell you, you say it's a personal pick. I say it's a Southeastern pick. From Kentucky, Carolina down. You go to places that where we grew up, like most of them niggas, I'm like, I ain't hear them 50 Cent niggas. Like you have a nigga like Big Jeff, Jay, niggas that were niggas that listen to New York music. Yeah, that would be, y'all would have that, like Larry, but niggas was listening to Lil Boosie, bro. Like
you just named 10 niggas, dude. Like
I named 4. I named 4 niggas that love New York. That's all I did. I can name 100 niggas and be like, yeah, that Boosie such and such is a classic, and didn't even know 50 had mixtapes. So it's just I think it's a regional thing. If it wasn't Boosie and I was being less biased, I still don't think I would go 50. When I think mixtapes, it would probably be Gucci.
You can't. Here's the problem though. you can't have a greatest list or a Mount Rushmore of mixtapes and not have a New York artist, bro. That doesn't make sense. That literally is where it came from, dude. That wouldn't make sense. That would show that your regional bias is kicking in, or you just don't know the history. They're gonna be like, bro, you got to learn something outside of the circle, bro. That's impossible.
Because I didn't listen to that shit.
But you know the impact. We didn't listen to Illmatic, but we know the impact.
That's fair. If I did have to put a New York nigga on there, it would be Fab for me.
Yeah,
I recognize Fab mixtapes more so than 50s. And I'm not taking nothing away from that 50 run. I understand what it was. I know how he got hot. I just wasn't on it at the time. So if I had to put a New York nigga there, I would say Fab. Who the next four?
It's got to be either. I'm trying to think of who has multiple classic mixtapes outside of these four. Who?
Wiz would definitely have to be on there, right?
Wiz has two. That's a fact. Does T.I. have two?
Down with the King and the Leak.
Are you sure?
T.I. got two strong ones. A lot of it was the Flip Central. The one where he had the skits where he was like talking to Scarface about Flip and calling niggas in Houston about Lil Flip was a classic. And he did the little when they used to do all the like one beats on the song and switch the beats up.
Yeah.
He did one of them and murdered that. That's a classic T.I. thing. Gucci, of course. Like Gucci is fifth.
That's fair.
Like of those four, like Gucci is next. If we can't put him four, he's next. Ross has two classic mixtapes? And BMF came from that. It's probably, I would venture out and say that's probably the number one mixtape song ever was that BMF.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What is that a classic tape?
Nothing harder than it was something Jeezy probably. That Rich, the one that BMF was on.
BMF not on Rich Forever though.
Which one was that on?
BMF on Albert Anastasia.
This sure is. And it ain't number like 8 songs on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was banging though, but it's only about 8 or 9 songs. So that's I don't know. So I want to know who's on the next 4. Just assume that you can't put Future, 50, Wayne, or Jeezy. Who is on your next 4? I'll give it to Gucci though, just for the prolific output. And I wasn't a fan, but I respect it though.
Gucci, yeah.
A part of me wants to put Migos, but I'm not going to be biased. A part of me really wants to do that though, because they had all their hits came from mixtapes.
Would you do? What about your man's Drake?
Man, he only got the first.
He got a Grammy off his mixtape.
Yeah, that was big. Yeah, but that's only one though. He got that's a classic, but it's just one. Like I'd have Wiz before him, or maybe like a Jada. A lot of people would say Jada, or like Dipset.
Yeah, Dipset. That's why I'm forgetting Dipset.
Yeah.
If I was listening to anything around that time that 50 was doing it, it was them niggas. So yeah, I would say like Jada. When they had J.R. Ryder and Bird Gang and all of that shit, and they was doing those mixtapes. Yeah, that was heavy in rotation. I definitely was listening to that.
That's a good question, though. Let us know the next 4, man.
What about J. Cole?
Ooh. He got 2 strong ones.
He got some and don't forget them 4-packs, them Sincerely Yours joints.
Truly Yours.
Well, he dropped like Truly Yours.
Yeah. Yeah, he got some shit on there.
Of straight fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Cole
true.
Might be in that next 4.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Next up, man, let's keep it down south. We alluded to C Murder earlier. His life sentence was up for review. This just in. It has been upheld again, despite 2 witnesses recanting their statements. Was that the last chance for C Murder? Will we ever see him get the light of day?
I don't think he'll ever stop fighting, and that's who would, man. You locked up like that, but chances are slim. I'm not even sure how C Murder is funding this, and it ain't none of my business. But yeah, I'm sure this costs money, and he ain't gonna have too many more opportunities to get a lawyer together, to put appeals together, because that shit costs a lot of money, especially when you're sitting in jail, man. So it don't look bright. And he just broke Monica's heart too. So the game ain't in his favor. Did you see what Monica came out and said?
Oh, no, what happened?
Well, she just put a post up. People were talking about today how C Murder broke her heart and shit again. I think she was maybe dating him. And he was in jail and she found some shit out just recently.
Just now?
In jail, that's insane. This was yes. While you talking, I'm gonna look it up. I'll tell you exactly what she said.
That's crazy. Of course,
what do you think about?
He was convicted of murder in 2009, got life. We know how they do in New Orleans. Two witnesses, the two biggest witnesses in the case that actually got the conviction that they were looking for, they recanted it in 2018, saying that the police coerced them into making those statements. They've been fighting that ever since. Kim K has been involved, and so that shit just all came back up just recently. But again, it got shut down.
Kim K can't get you out. It's ugly, man. So here's what Monica posted to her IG. It looks like, well, here it is in short. I got my heart broken, quotation marks, parentheses, again. And that's okay. I learned yet another valuable lesson. I went through it, got over it. Now I can laugh about it. Life continues. I feel great through it. He has representation to one day be free. Let's move forward.
Oh, so I guess her heart broken because he got denied. That's probably what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Damn.
I can't believe she's still that invested.
Yeah, that's
that's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, man,
you're Monica, dude. Come on, bro. What is happening?
No, hey, man, salute to Monica. Bro. She holding it down, man. My boy C Murder, dog. Golly. Hey, that real quick though. There's an interview of the brother of the victim. He has an interview and he's talking about how like he's disappointed in like Kim Kardashian being involved. He feels like a slap in the face. It feels like he's like, yo, it's a high profile case, so she wants to get involved without reading the facts. It's a very interesting interview, man. It's on the Boss Talk 101 podcast on YouTube. So it's just you
worry about who the real killer is.
I mean, he think it's Steve Murder.
Okay, I think he cloud chasing just like she is. Steve Murder didn't do that. They say, I mean, allegedly, the story you and I heard it. We know limnologists like this is payback for some other shit he got away from. And they just
feel like
the right shit to frame him. Like, yeah, like come on, bro. Like I can't agree with his brother saying that. I know he feel a certain way.
Of course,
that's your brother that got killed, but I can't agree with that.
If y'all never watched the wait, what was the thing on TV with the C Murder case where he was talking to his daughter and his daughter was like, "Man, please come home." She was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Damn, what was that?
It was
I remember the scene and everything. I can't think of what that was.
Was it Reasonable Doubt? What's the name of it? Reasonable Doubt? Yep. Reasonable Doubt.
I know what you're trying to say.
That was the name of it. If y'all can find that on, I don't know, YouTube, Tubi, who the fuck knows. But that was very interesting to show his mindset with his daughters on the phone and they were like, yo, you know who did it? Just tell him. He was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, he was like, yeah, no. I was like, damn. That's different, bro.
That's a nigga. That's a nigga different from Fat Joe with like 95% of his shit is the truth. And I'm gonna let you know, nigga, like, please don't play with C Murder. Y'all wasn't outside, man. Like, just please don't play with C Murder, bro. At all.
Oh,
like,
shit.
You got it. This nigga, think how throwed off he has to be for P. Like, them niggas is brothers, and P cut him off.
Close to
cut him off, and now we cool. I fuck with him again. Like, that nigga know, like, he cold turkey, nigga. It's over. So just think about that.
Crazy.
And I don't even blame P for it. Honest with
you. Yeah. What's last, man? Person of the year. It's our favorite time of the year, dude. Person of the year. We've been doing this since day one. If you're new to it, at the end of the year, we're winding down. There's only a couple of more weeks left. So if you ain't got your bid in by now, I don't see anybody swaying my decision, at least. Who do you have as your person of the year, having the biggest impact, maybe best project, whatever the case it may be, man? Who you got?
This is a walk-off. And you said something about contemporary rap earlier. I have no idea who you're thinking about, but just like when Donald Trump was named, I think in 1 year, Kim Jong-un was named in 1 year.
Not by us. That's by Time Magazine, by the way.
Yeah, that's by Time. That's where we took it from or whatever. But just like in those people made the impact in this year, not necessarily being good people or not necessarily having fans, it's Sexy Red. Like, Sexy Red has been the most impactful thing, whether you hate her, whether you love her, whether you got think pieces saying she shouldn't be twerking pregnant, whether you think she's just having fun. She's been everywhere. I just seen her with Kim Kardashian. She's been featured on everything. and she's unapologetically showing up as herself. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not here to judge her for that. But what I will say is I'm very impressed about the impact that she's made, whether it be good or bad, in hip hop this year. Like Sexy Red, like Walk Off for me, had the biggest impact in personally in hip hop.
No, that's a big one because I'm gonna be real. People thought the whole Pound Town thing was a shuck, and
I thought that was it.
People thought that was it, and then she got a cup. You'd be surprised, bro. Like, ask a DJ. They'll be like, nah, she got like 3 or 4 they can play. And motherfuckers will listen to that shit. The fucking, what's the Ski Yee, the fucking SRTs and Hellcats. Nigga, the Shake Your Dreads, nigga. They're like, no, like, she got some joints. I was like, really?
That shit with Drake.
The Drake shit? Yeah.
Drake.
Bruh. That's a good pick, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's a real good pick. Mine better, but that's a good pick.
I am really, I am, and again, much respect to that young lady. I think she's handled it well with the criticism that she gets, the image she puts out there. She stays true to it. Like it don't seem forced. It don't seem like no tap dancing type shit. It just seems like she's showing up as unapologetically her. Now I ain't saying you gotta like it, but I can't hate on it either.
Here's the thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. And I feel like you feel the same way I would. If that is who she truly is, and like she's not on some Malibu's Most Wanted, then me and you would look at that and be like, well, because we know people that are on that type of wave exist. They're just not famous. Does it come a point though when it's like they're laughing, they're using you, they're seeing how you quote unquote are, and they're pushing that out there so that you're more of a skeptical and not necessarily like, oh, you're just being authentic. Like, is there a world in which people are behind the scenes using that to her disadvantage? She doesn't know it.
Yes, I think that is possible.
Yeah.
One of the things that impresses me about her though, is she doesn't seem dumb. Like she don't come off as dumb. She come off as ratchet.
Yeah.
She may be a little ignorant in some places, but I don't take her as a dumb artist. And what it looks like to me is when that's happening, she's gonna grow. Like whether it be this child, whether it be the exposure that she has, it ain't gonna be the same Sexy Red in the next 2-3 years. What I'm looking for to see if that's happening in AB is if she grows, if you start getting a different message, if there's a little bit more depth to her music. I ain't saying she got to turn into Rhapsody or nothing like that, but just like you said, street chicks that I know like that, they grow up. They have kids and they got different perspectives. They used to be on top of cars twerking. Now they go to Target on Saturdays. Like it's a growth thing. So if we get to see her grow, I would be even more impressed.
Yeah. She been shaking it since she was at the BET Awards at the Bobby Jones and shit, bro. Whoever the fuck was looking at her like,
she making it rain on Bobby Jones. Making it rain on Bobby Jones is insane, nigga. Only a St. Louis chick doing that.
Mine,
Atlanta chick too.
With hip hop turning 50 this year, I went with an artist that turned 50 who had a monster year and quite on the low had a monster year, and that's Nas, bro. Not only he dropped 2 projects, he dropped Magic 2, Magic 3, and capped off a 6-album run with Hit Boy. That's gonna be up there as no one saw this coming with quality projects. But his marketing team or his production company was the team behind the Hip Hop 50 show at the Yankee Stadium, which is a huge look. His team was behind the Supreme Team documentary, which was nominated for an Emmy. His team was behind the Welcome to Rap City documentary, that was the 3-part series on BT that was fantastic. His album King's Disease 3 got announced this year that it was nominated for Best Rap Album. Man, like, dude has had a huge year on the low. He did the King's Disease show at MSG and sold it out. Like, him turning 50 with hip hop, you could argue he's more impactful now with the things he's doing outside the booth in combination with inside the booth as well than he has been in a long time. After Life is Good, bro, we thought he was done, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Facts.
We thought Nas was smoked. This nigga done grew his hair out and done had a whole second wind, one of the bigger second winds that we've seen in hip hop. So I'm giving it to him, but mainly because not only the output of the projects, but the things that he's done behind the scenes with pushing a positive narrative of hip hop in media. Like we talk about all the time, we need to own more media. And that's what he's doing with the mass appeal. And I respect it. The stuff he puts out is fire, dude. His company was behind the Outcast statue, the 25th anniversary Outcast statue. Like they doing work, bro. So I think he took a page from Jay on the behind the scenes tip. How, you know what I'm saying? When you hear mass appeal, a lot of people don't think Nas. They just see the company or the logo at the end of the documentary. But it's him and his shit pulling strings behind the scenes, man. I'm fucking what he got going on.
That's a good pick. Nas is super active in his second stage. And it's been one of the few, well, I won't say wire to wire. He had a little dead period in there where he was putting out that ghetto disciple shit. But like you said, 6 albums post what was the name? What was the album you just named?
Life is Good.
And we thought he was done. Yeah, 6 albums post that, and they're banging, and
Yeah.
being nominated for Grammys for him.
Yeah, his first. He won one too. His first Grammy.
I don't know if there is a better rap career, especially with the start that he had. He had a low middle.
Yeah.
But as far as starting where we started with Illmatic and now with everything that you just named out at 50 years old, from 19 to age 50.
Yeah, that don't get talked about enough. I'm gonna keep it real.
The best. Yeah, like that's it. That's really hard to do. And we all love Jay-Z. We loved his business acumen. He makes bigger splashes.
Right.
But I think Nas may make more consistent splashes. Like it's more like just I got my hands over here, got my hands over there. So that's a good pick.
Especially lately. And I forgot that he had the Kanye album After Life is Good, which even more was kind of like, that really was like, all right, he can't go out on that. So to show what he's done ever since. And again, if y'all haven't watched that Rap City documentary or docu-series on BT, please watch that. If you're a fan of us, watch that shit, dog, because that's where we got this shit from. Like that was the inspiration behind this. And that shit was dope as fuck. It's very well put together. Didn't get enough clock.
Somebody send me that BET Plus password. You watch that. There ain't nothing.
It's on BET Plus?
To be paying. I think so.
Yeah, that's.
I ain't seen it nowhere else unless it's on Paramount.
Oh, maybe check on demand though. Just on regular BT.
What we got for wins and losses?
Man, first win or loss, your man Dame Dash, staying relevant, says he gets 100,000 new downloads to his new America New app, and that he says if he gets 100,000 new downloads on his new app, it's called America New, he will start production for Paid in Full 2. Is this a win or a loss?
A win or a loss? This is an L, man. Like just be relevant. I'll Paid in Full 2, and like no, we're not doing that, bro. Promote your America New app and go from there and hope you get your 100,000 downloads. But like, no one is signing up for Paid in Full 2. No one, not one person, not one.
We're not. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me with the sequel to a classic. Oh, this is going to be good. No. Yeah, too many times before people have went to that well and they've fallen flat on their face. We've all seen Belly 2, or if you haven't seen Belly 2, that's a cautionary tale right there. Salute to Dame Dash, friend of the show. Wish him much success. I'm going to check out some of this America New stuff. He's got a YouTube channel. I'm looking now. He's got some videos on here I didn't know existed. I'm going to check out a couple. I do not, and I repeat, I do not need Paid in Full 2.
No, I'm good. The story's told. We know how it ends, bro. It's cool.
Leave it alone, bro.
It's cool. It's cool.
The last great hood movie, bro. Leave it at that. Don't try to remake this.
Just let that be your legacy, bro. It's cool. It's cool.
Next up, man, W/L rapper, influencer, Ruby Rose, man, she met her biggest fan, her biggest OnlyFans tipper. He spent $62,000 in 1 month on her on OnlyFans. Met her in the mall, man. W/L.
Nigga definitely had her location and followed her to that mall.
Facts.
62 grand in a month for an OnlyFans page is insane.
How's that possible?
This same dude, I have no idea. Like, what? She better have been sending him the nastiest shit on earth, nigga. Like, that nigga better have some videos, nigga, that'll make your jaw drop a Ruby Rose for them 62 racks, man, because that is crazy. I had a million questions, but the number one was what he does. Like, what does he do? I had that's crazy to me. He was on MTV.
Yep.
That
I'm addicted to
what's the name
porn.
of it? I'm addicted to porn. So
Yep.
that's insane. This
Yeah.
is a L. W
Big
proved me wrong.
L. Hey man, but if you got 62 bands just to blow like that, hey man, more power to you. I seen Ruby Rose in the mall. I saw her in Lenox Mall one day. She was not glammed up. She looked real regular. I'm talking about real regular, nigga. And I was like, oh man, okay. So she glammed up. That's what make her look like how she look. Okay, cool, got it. Unfollowed, but still, this is an interesting story. She still popped up on my timeline somehow. I definitely unfollowed. I got out of there. That let me down. Shout out to him
That's
though.
funny. See,
I hope you don't end up.
62 grand. You could buy a prostitute for that, bro. Just go get a real woman, bro.
You can
Like
buy a
there are women
lot of
that will sleep with you for
you,
women
you
will sleep with you for a third of that. Not
can,
even a third.
like, what?
10% of that, bro. You can have a good month for 10% of that down here in
Jesus
Atlanta, bro. Come in
Christ.
Magic City, man. You would have got it off.
One more,
Jesus,
man.
man.
W or L. Sauce Walker has been on a freestyle binge lately. He jumped on the Benny the Butcher J. Cole beat, slaughtered it. Then he came out with another one, and he has been adding J. Cole in both of them and said, hey, man, let's bring back lyrics. Let's bring back metaphors, similes, real bars. I can go toe-to-toe with J. Cole. I'm just waiting on him to answer the phone. My question, is that a W or L? Sauce Walker think he can go toe-to-toe with Cole?
That's a W. Because Sauce Walker actually can rap. He can't go, he get washed by Jermaine Cole. It's been very clear. But the confidence, I love it. I love it, champ. Like, if you think you can do it, please piss J. Cole off and get that nigga on a feature so he can wash you up. Because I hear that. I'm a fan of Sauce Walker. So I love to hear him get washed up by Cole. But yeah, this is a big L.
I'm here for the song.
Big W, excuse me.
Yeah, no, it's a W. I'm here for the song though. I think because the type of music that Sauce makes, he's on like those soulful like flips and shit. Like they'll body that shit. It'll be a good song in my opinion. But no, he can't go toe to toe with J. Cole. But he doesn't have to.
Facts.
He can hold his own. He can hold his own. I'll say that
in a totally different lane. He'll make an impact on the song. Yeah,
bingo, and he'd give a different flavor, and it will be banging. And I hope they make it happen. I hope Cole is paying attention. I like him saying bring it. We talk about this all the time. People don't care enough about how the music sound. Lately, I think that is changing. He's like he's sounding like, nah, nigga, let's talk about this music. Let's talk about what we saying and how we saying it. Like, let's show niggas how we can get down. I like that type of attitude.
I like that. Shout out to him.
We're going to YouTube, man. On Decker of the Week. Shout out to Mr. Ohio Player. He said, man, if a woman I loved at the time that I held down had me looking the way Meg got partisan looking when she was in court, man, fuck a single. She gonna get a double album with a movie from your boy. I feel him 1,000%, man.
That ain't Ohio player line, man. That ain't player Ohio. That ain't player at all.
I feel him, bro. We gonna do the whole double album, man. Might make it a triple disc, nigga, like that 8-Ball Laws, nigga. Fuck it.
You're gonna do an album like Chance did, but it's gonna be about breaking up with your bitch versus having your wife. Like, bro, we don't want to hear that, bro.
Yeah. Oh, he also went on to say, finally, someone saying how I feel about Drink Champs. Nori is an opportunist and only wants to go viral. And Mr. Ohio Player, you are cooking in these comments right now, sir. Thank you.
He's on the Animal Brown. He's the Animal Brown fan side. We need a Spike Lee side to comment. Y'all,
we good.
Viewers, y'all comment, man. Give us
we good. Doobie20 did say happy belated birthday, Spike Lee. Shout out to Doobie20.
Get that, brother. Shout out to Doobie20, man. I appreciate that.
What you got to put on, man?
What you got to put us? I don't know if I did this the last time, man, but I'm so impressed by this show because I didn't expect to like it at all. So I'm gonna say it again, even if it was my last put on. That's rap shit. Rap shit on HBO Max, quick 30-minute episodes, man. Like really, really, really surprised by it. I guess I went in not expecting a lot. I'm doing a review for it over at Frames Per Second with those Dead End guys. Every 3 or 4 shows, we're gonna do something for it. But I'm shocked at how much I like this. It's like Insecure light. I was on the Insecure late, so it's still fresh for me. But yeah, this show is really good. And the last episode was really surprising to me. And Jeff had some crazy theories that I do not agree with.
I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I fuck with that. Glad you could jump on season 2, man, before it got canceled and shit.
I binged it all in one season.
I can see that. It's a bingeable show though.
Yeah, it is facts. You can watch it. You can watch it all.
Let me see. I didn't go to no movies this weekend. I'm gonna put you on. Shout out to this is for the Atlanta people here locally. December 8th this weekend. Trap Karaoke is back in town. I went to the last one, had low expectations, had a blast. No, I did not perform, and no, I will not perform if I go this weekend. You can cancel any of that. But I do recommend, man, going out and having a good time. It was definitely better than I expected. Very entertaining. It wasn't the crowd that I thought it was gonna be, and I mean that in a good way. So Trap Karaoke is the 8th, I believe. So man, go support that if you're here locally in the A, if you're looking for something to do on Friday.
You wouldn't perform at it?
No.
Wouldn't get up and do no songs?
Hey, if I got enough drinks in my system, I might. But no.
I was gonna say, there's nothing there to get up and make you just like, what song would you do?
So you gotta be strategic about that shit though. Cause you gotta have something that the crowd gonna fuck with. You gotta get
the people into it, right?
Bingo.
Damn. I would do it. Like you said, I would have to be a little loose, but I would do it. I think I do. First song that came to mind was Yo Gotti, What's Up?
Ooh.
People know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The crowd up. Yeah. I would do Yo Gotti, What's Up?
What's funny, I was gonna say something Memphis. I was gonna say that first verse on Dolph Preach. I was gonna say that.
Preach, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. And I didn't hear nobody do that when I was there. So I was like, damn, 3 more drinks. I might have went up there and did that shit.
Y'all, well, you're welcome, Memphis. Nashville niggas showing y'all love. 2 Nashville niggas picking Memphis stuff. It really don't sit right with me on the end of it, but I'll live with it, man.
I'm from New York. Hey man, another excellent episode in the books. Oh shit, make sure y'all go to youtube.com/OnDeckTV show. Make sure y'all support Beard Organics. If you slipped and didn't order anything during Black Friday, come on, man, do better. But it's okay. They still got heat for you, man. Go check out the inventory. Go order you something, man, so you don't pull up to that Christmas party with a dry ass beard. Anything else before we get out of here?
For Christmas, man.
Yes,
I had a beard glistening for Christmas, so make sure y'all go check that out, man. Put the codes in. Shout out to Beard Organics. Appreciate those guys.
Thanks.
Nah, that's it, man.
Hey, until next time, we out.